gosh, you came back. That means I must be doing something right, right? If you actually have not been here before, my name is Toni, and I am so glad that you are here with me today. So, y'all saw the title, Intentional as Blank, okay? You can fill in the AF with whatever you want to, but y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. I'm just trying to keep it cute, keep it ladylike. I don't want to be cussing, all over my thumbnail and stuff. But today is all about being intentional, okay? So in my last video, obviously we talked about reinventing ourselves through authenticity. And if you did not catch that video, I'm gonna put it right there. Make sure you watch it, okay? I'm gonna put that right there. But basically in the reinventing yourself through authenticity, I kind of went over how important it is to seek your change in your life based on your most authentic self. So when we think about reinventing ourselves, sometimes we think about, oh, we gotta embody somebody else, or we have to just change completely and become this version of ourselves that we're not typically on the day-to-day. And I disagree with that entirely. I feel like when you talk about reinventing yourself, you really have to get to who you are as a core person, as your individual self amongst everybody in the crowd. Who are you authentically without the addition of everything you see in social media? I talked in the last video as well that when I originally started, my whole entire platform, my whole entire journey period was based off of spreading a message. I felt like God put it on my heart to get on this platform to keep each other lifted up, okay? And as I have been reflecting here recently about, reinventing myself or becoming that most authentic version of myself, I started to remember that this was why I started my platform in the process, or the purpose of me starting my platform was to get on here and talk about how you can be the best version of yourself. I think I kind of lost my way a little bit in the journey, just because I was like, okay, I've got to figure it out. Like, why is my platform not growing? Why am I, doing all of this work and I feel like I'm not getting anywhere? It was because I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. That was not what God intended for me to do. The message was very clear. Get on here. I have a message for you to share. Somebody is supposed to hear it, but it's got to be the right message. And I was not being obedient in that manner. So enough with that. Jumping into the intentional as blank, because doing things with intention is how you are going to bring about this change. Even if you are thinking about it from the aspect of being your authentic self, you can become that authentic self, or the version of yourself that you want to be, based on the daily types of changes that you can make. So have you guys ever been driving and then you look up and you're like, how the hell did I get here? I don't even remember getting off on that exit. Damn, am I asleep? Like, have you ever been in that position? I know I have. And sometimes, I got my babies in the car and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even remember how I got here. Our brains, our muscles, everything functions on autopilot. And I will have to do some digging on the research part of that, but I'm sure it's a technical term, but our minds operate on autopilot. Our muscles, muscle memory, all of that, we function in autopilot. So if we can function just with driving and doing something, as simple as that, don't you think that a lot of the stuff that we do on the day-to-day is based on an autopilot type of mindset? We do things without consciously knowing that we're doing them. So being intentional is all about making conscious, everyday decisions regarding your change. So when it comes to, like, you want to manifest, or you want to bring things into your life, you want to have that dream car, you want to have that dream house, you want to just have a different job. You don't even have to want entrepreneurship, but You want that dream job. Whatever the case, okay? You have to do things intentionally. So when we think about how we can make daily changes, how about you start with really going into your silence period? So think about all of the distractions that you have going on just with life, period. Okay, there are so many variables that come into play when we think about our day-to-day lives. Like I've said plenty times on this platform, I have 3 kids, y'all. Ooh, baby. I have 3 kids. I have my husband. I have my friends. I have my family. I have basketball tournaments all the freaking time. And then you throw in me making content. So now I've been doing, like, I have really, really been picking up in my content creation, my UGC, my accounts are growing. So I'm finally getting to a place where I feel like, oh my gosh, like this is happening. It's, I'll be full-time with my content creation very soon and operating my own business. And then on top of that, I got a dog and I got this and I got that. Like it's just so much. It is so many variables that come into play every single day. And again, we operate daily on autopilot. And so how can we change that? Like really being intentional about bringing the change into your life. Think about what changes you could do on the day to day. Start with maybe 1 or 2 things per day and then focus on how you can like amplify that or increase the number of changes that you're making daily. But I really, really suggest that you start with going into just a silence type period. Get rid of every distraction that you can think of. Eliminate the TV time or the amount of TV that you're watching. Eliminate going out. Eliminate the time you spend on social media unless you are doing it purposefully, especially if you are a full-time content creator or anything like that. So if you are, a content creator, I definitely understand. But if you are not, try to limit the time that you spend on your social media platforms. Think about everything that you can do to really just go into your own silence. I feel like when you go into your silence, you really have the opportunity to think about what is going on in your life, because so often we find ourselves just going. We are constantly going. And sometimes we are in such a rush to get to the next phase in life or that next big opportunity that we, again, on autopilot, we miss everything in the middle. Like even just this last 7 months of me doing my content creation, sometimes my mind is just like, it's like it does not stop. And then I feel like I've missed so much in between with even just the smaller moments with my family. So again, coming into your silence is really you being intentional about, first and foremost, your self-care and being mentally healthy, okay? We don't talk about mental health enough, I feel like. The simple amounts of stress that can build up can truly become like a health concern down the line if you don't nip it in the bud at the get-go. But we've got to make sure that mentally we're in a healthy mindset. So when you think about intentionally going into your silence, you are eliminating every single thing, distraction, stressor, anything of that nature. You're like, no, I'm done. We're going to cut it off, snip, snip right here. Okay. So that's the first thing that you want to do. Then be intentional about your self-care. Now, I am not gonna lie to y'all. I ain't even gonna sit here and tell you a lie, baby, okay? The last 7 months, my self-care has been ass. My self-care has been ass, okay? I cannot even sit up here and tell you a lie. Again, when I started my platform, it was all about this message that I felt like I had to get across. But again, what did I say happened? I started doing everything that I thought people wanted to see me do. And in the process, I became overworked. I became stressed as, baby, I was stressed, okay? Because I was racking my brain about figuring it out or cracking the code, whatever you want to call it. I was racking my brain every day, just trying to like figure out, okay, how can I do this? What do I need to do? But I say that to say that in that process, I lost all of my self-care habits. I truly, truly did. And I hated it. And I felt sick to my stomach about it, because my day-to-day operation used to be that I would get up, I would have my prayer time, I would have my meditation time. I would then, wake my family up at that moment, like have time to kiss on my babies, kiss on my husband, just make sure everything and everybody were in a good place, cook breakfast for them and so forth, so on. But I had a routine that was centered around me taking care of myself first, because clearly if I'm not functioning, I can't keep my household functioning the way that it's supposed to. So I lost it. I lost all of my self-care habit, and it took a toll on me. It really did. It took a toll on me, and I began to feel disappointed in myself that I allowed myself to get as low as I did. And I'm not talking about like hygiene wise, like, baby, I'm gonna wash my booty, okay? Like, I washed my booty daily. I promise y'all I did. But I'm talking more along the lines of just making sure mentally that I was in a good headspace, that, I had my skincare routine intact. Like, I lost my skincare routine in the process. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I would wash my face every other day or something like that. And I caught myself sleeping in my makeup a lot more because I was just so run down and tired and just trying to figure it out and making it work. And I keep breathing deep because I'm trying not to have a burp come out right now. Excuse me, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. But I'm sorry, y'all. Like, that is a piece of hair? What the hell? Y'all gonna get a little bit of craziness on this channel. I'm gonna just be honest, because sometimes like my brain just, anyway. Again, it's all about going into your silence and really being intentional and making conscious decisions about your everyday choices when it comes to taking care of you, okay? You have to take care of you. And in order to, like I said, bring in anything or any change into your life, you have to be in a space of, first and foremost, gratitude. You have to be in a mindset of gratitude, and you have to be in a mindset of peace. There can be nothing that can distract you from your path, okay? Like I said, everything comes back down to the conscious thought process. If you have, let me see what the name of this book is. This book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, and it's by Joseph Murray. I haven't read it in a while, but I do have it on my bookshelf, and I'll probably go back and read it again. Think about getting some kind of books that you can read that encourage changing your subconscious mind. Let's just talk on this briefly. I'm not a doctor, not a therapist. These are just things that I have reflected on myself, that I've read about, that personally work for me. Your subconscious mind is really, really hard to retrain, okay? And I'm going to give you an example of that. So when I was younger, I don't know if it's just my household, my Black family household, but I know for my house, and as a African-American, woman growing up in an African-American household, there are just things that mamas said back in the day, okay? Just like the chicken being taken out the freezer before she get off work. When I was younger, my mom used to say a lot of the times, money don't grow on trees, or if we, ate food or something, you better eat all my food. Money don't grow on trees. We ain't wasting stuff. So as a child, I was taught to eat everything. She didn't like us throwing food away, okay? And I'm being dead serious. She was like, you better eat all your food because we ain't got money to be wasted. These are things that I was trained to do as a child. As an adult, I have struggled with my eating, and I've actually talked about this on my platform before, that, you know, I've gained 30 pounds over the last 2 years, but that has nothing to do with now. Well, a little bit, and here's why. When I eat, even at 31 years old, okay, at 31 years old, I still do it. When I eat and I have a little portion left, I could be full as I don't know what, about to explode. Subconsciously, I will eat the rest of that food because it is like embedded in my DNA almost, that when I see that food, it's like a trigger goes off and my mom is in the back of my head saying, you better eat all that food because we ain't got food to be wasted, okay? So I give you that example because when we think about something that is engraved in our subconscious mind, it is hard to eliminate it. It's hard to get it out of your brain. And a lot of the times we don't think about the subconscious, you know, actions that we do daily because, again, it's embedded in us so deep that we just do them. So when I say be intentional about your change, you have to use your conscious mind in order to do that. So that means that all day, every day, you've got to be in the conscious mind to think about every single thing that you're doing. Because a lot of the times, again, we function so much in our subconscious mind just because it's routine and we do it regularly. So our minds just go straight to what we've always been, you know, been doing or what we've been trained to do. Be intentional. Be conscious. You've got to be in your conscious mind, okay? So again, it's all about how much do you want it? How much do you want to bring change into your life at this point is what you have to ask yourself. Is what you're wanting to attract enough to make you just be like, you know what, I'm going to do it. Like, I've got to get myself in the mindset of what I want. What I want, again, and I've shared that on the other video, but I'll share again. What I want is to be able to purchase my first home. I want to be able to, you know, do my business full time. I want to be able to, you know, take family trips whenever I want to, and this and that. And again, it's not even just based off of like materialistic type things or, you know, monetary. It's deeper than that. I want to be able to show my children something different in life. So when I think about consciously and doing things intentionally every day, I'm thinking about, I want this change to happen. So what can I do every single day that I can change in order to bring that different change into my life? So I want you guys to reflect on the things that you want in your life and be very, very specific. It's not like, think deeper than just all the materialistic stuff that's in the world, because there's always going to be some new car, some new purse, some new clothes, shoes, and the list goes on and on and on. It's always going to be something different that you will want physically or materialistically. Think deeper about how your life has been looking and how you want your life to look. And then think about those everyday intentional things that you can do in order to bring that change into your life. Okay? So all in all, touching back on the first video, when we think about reinventing ourselves, you have to be intentional about that too. You have to be intentional about being your I told y'all, sometimes I start talking too fast. You have to be intentional about being that authentic version of yourself. Make yourself a promise that if you know, regardless of if you're a content creator, whether you are a full-time employee somewhere, whether you're a stay-at-home mom, I don't care what you are, promise yourself that you will be the most authentic version of yourself. If y'all go back and watch some of my other videos, I was really stiff. I was really like, you will see me like a little humorous and like talking, you know, about whatever it was I was talking about in the video, obviously. But you didn't see me being as free as I am right now in this moment. And that's because I am choosing to be intentional about my authentic self, which my authentic self is to give a word of encouragement. My authentic self is to keep everybody lifted up. Yes, I can do the beauty thing, the fashion, the this and that, but baby, I got a word to tell, okay? And that's why I'm being intentional about shifting the focus of my YouTube platform and anything that I do subsequently after that, because this is the change that I want in my life. I want to be able to continuously do these videos and keep the level of encouragement lifted up for anybody who engages with it. So, I hope you took something from this video, okay? I really hope that you took something out of it. Be intentional about everything that you do. Get out of that subconscious mind. Get out of those old habits that you do. Shake them off, dust them off, kick them to the curb. I don't care what you got to do. But always be in your conscious mind and be very intentional about your daily actions so that you can be the best version of yourself, okay? If you have not already, I don't even know what you're waiting for. If you have not already, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also make sure that you are paying attention to those notification bells as well, so you can see when the videos are going up on the channel. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up too, because y'all know it was good. Y'all know it was good. I was bringing the word today. But I am going to go ahead and hop off of here and actually probably edit this video right now so I can get it up tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna have to catch y'all later. Bye, love.